tonight's game was a game that you should have taken as a team.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get up 3-0 and anytime you get up 3-0, you got to win the game. So they got a lot of skill there, and we kind of gave them some chances. And taking a penalty in overtime is not the best recipe either.
How did you feel tonight? Because obviously you had a few chances to score a goal. You could have, I think, in the first 30 minutes, have a hat trick if the bounces came in.
Yeah, I felt great. Felt like I had a little jump. I was excited to be back, and it's nice to score, but it doesn't feel as good when we don't get those 2 points.
Is it one of those nights where you just spend too much time in your own end, getting stuck by the pressure from the Rangers? Or?
I don't know. I think a lot of it's just momentum. I think after that first goal, you need to get back on the wagon and start pushing, and we kind of backed off, and then they get another chance, and so it's all about momentum and tried to get that back, but it was pretty hard to get the rest of the game.
What do you guys need to learn about approach to the game, approach to any game in general, not just the lead?
Just playing more desperate. Sometimes it gets a little loose, and there's, we open a lot of things up when I feel like some games we start really well, like tonight, and then we're up 3-0, and then, a couple loose plays, and then we're kind of scrambling from there. So it's about, as a team, playing more desperate, playing like it's the playoffs right now.
I'll talk about
Ils ont fait mal, oui, parce qu'il y a des buts, mais c'est sur l'ensemble du match.
Ouais. C'est sûr que sur le coup, ça fait mal, puis tu te rends compte quand tu arrives après le match, puis que tu pars par un but, tu te rends compte que ces buts-là font la différence. Donc, c'est décevant, mais je pense qu'il faut apprendre de ça. Je pense qu'on est peut-être un peu tombé dans notre zone de confort en fin de première, puis je pense que c'est peut-être une raison pour laquelle ils ont réussi à marquer des buts rapides en première et en deuxième. Là.
Quand vous avez perdu le momentum, ça a-tu été tough de le rechercher?
Non, je pense qu'on a bien répondu. On est une équipe qui a du caractère. Donc, non, je pense pas qu'on a eu de misère à aller rechercher notre hargne, puis notre désir de vaincre. Là.
Il y a eu 3 buts d'avance, 5 buts marqués de l'adversaire, un tir de punition, une prolongation. Pour un jeune comme Jacob Fowler, c'est dessus. Malgré la défaite, tu as un bon bagage d'expérience, avoir tout ça dans ce match.
Oui, absolument. Comme tu as dit, c'est passé beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de hauts, beaucoup de bas dans ce match-là. Puis Forza a été super bon pour nous. Donc, non, on est super confiants. On a super confiance en nos 3 goalers. Puis c'est sûr que ça a été le fun de sortir d'ici avec la victoire, mais il va falloir être prêt. Le prochain match vient rapidement demain. Là.
Je ne sais pas si tu as répondu à cette question-là, mais tu as été impliqué là, vraiment partout dans le match ce soir, offensivement, mise en échec, avec Trocheck, il y avait des bonnes batailles à gauche et à droite. C'est-tu le genre de game que tu veux jouer dans ta carrière?
Oui, absolument. C'est le genre de match le genre de jeu que je peux amener. C'est sûr que parfois d'être utilisé comme ça, soir après soir, ça peut être dur sur le corps, mais faut que tu trouves des façons de, comme je l'ai dit, d'amener ta meilleure game, d'amener tes forces le plus souvent possible. Puis c'est comme ça que je veux aider l'équipe à gagner des matchs. Là.
When you guys get the day off and then you get no morning skate, haven't touched the ice for a little bit, how important is it to manage the puck and just be simple out there just to start a game?
Yeah, I think, like you said, we haven't skated this morning, so it was my first time doing this. So, but I think guys prepared themselves pretty well, and I think we had a good start. I think we had the lead, a 3-0 lead, so we did some good stuff out there. But there's also other things that we got to fix.
T'as rendu à 7 buts, les 7 sur la route. À quel point tu vas avoir hâte d'en marquer un au Centre Bell?
Oui, ça s'en vient, faut croire. C'est pas quelque chose que... C'est sûr que t'as hâte que ça vienne, mais en même temps, je veux pas me mettre de pression avec ça. Je sais que le jour va venir, mais pour l'instant, comme je l'ai dit, on focus sur l'équipe, on va s'assurer d'être prêt pour demain. Un match qui vient assez rapidement, donc c'est une belle opportunité pour nous de rebondir demain.
Dans les 10 premières minutes, ils ont quand même passé beaucoup de temps en bas.
hot, but then I liked how we kind of responded. But you kind of have to control the game when you're up 3-0, and it doesn't take that team much, obviously. We take a hooking penalty, and then they're back in the game 3-2, feeling good. Building's live, and but I still feel like we still played the right way tonight, and just have to bring it again tomorrow.
When the game is so eventful the way it was, especially in the first 40 minutes, is it difficult to keep your composure and keep your head at the right place in order to make sure that when the opportunity arises, you can get the momentum back?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it really early. I mean, when it was 3-0, just stay ready. They're going to make a push, and we turn over the puck, take a penalty, and then they score a quick one there, and it just escalates. But you can't give that team a lot of opportunities, and they made us pay.
I understand you guys were able to make some plays in this game.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that you played the right way, why do you feel that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were just playing simple, playing our brand of hockey. I thought everyone was going tonight. We try to funnel a lot of pucks to the net. We had our chances. So I take some things and bring it into tomorrow night.
Can you talk about your goal, because that pass that you received from Wayne was just magic?
Yeah, I feel like he's been trying to find me a few times, and fortunate enough that I got one past him. So it was obviously a nice play by him, and felt good coming off the stick, and just happy to win him. Thank you.
Good job.
Just can't happen. Part of it's just you can't get comfortable. You gotta keep playing the same way, keep doing what got us that 3-0 lead, and do it well, and we didn't do that.
You guys obviously made those plays to get the 3-0, but Jacob kind of stood on his head at the beginning of the game. So what can you take from the start of the game as well and correct?
Yeah, we just got to come out ready to play. The only positive was we executed on our chances that we had, and they didn't. Fowles made some big saves, and we just got to be a little more detailed, a little more diligent, and with our starts.
We had two sets of two quick goals at the end of the first period and during the second period. Are those two specific moments that cost the game, or it's maybe wider or larger than that?
I mean, for score-wise, yeah, I guess that they scored more, and those goals were a big part of them winning. But there's little things that we got to clean up for sure.
Can you talk about your goal? Not your goal, but the goal that Josh scored and the play that you made, because you saw an opening and it seemed like you took advantage of it.
Yeah, I saw some space. I was maybe going to chip it in, but their D kind of stayed off me. Randy went to some good ice, and I passed it pretty hard to him, so he one-timed it, and it was a really good shot by him.
Wayne, it's not often that you get into a situation where you have a day off and then you don't have a morning skate. When you're in those situations and you don't skate together as a team, how should you approach the beginning of the game and keep things kind of simple and find the rhythm that you would otherwise have if you were in it day by day?
Yeah, I mean, there's we have every resource here. We don't need to get on the ice all the time, but we have every resource to get ready for the game, whether it's off the ice, getting on ice warm-ups. We know what we got to do when we get into the game. We just got to do it, and we can't not come ready.
avez, quand tu mènes 3-0 dans un match, puis de la manière que vous l'avez dominé à certains endroits, vous étiez la meilleure équipe pendant un bon moment?
Oui, c'est plein contrôle du match. Je trouve que ils ont eu des bonnes possessions, bonheur dans le game, mais on leur a pas donné grand-chose. Puis là, on prend contrôle du match. 3-0. Notre équipe, elle n'a aucune vie dans ce moment-là. Puis là, on commence à faire des erreurs niaiseuses pour on leur donne la vie. C'est l'histoire du match.
Quel genre de bagage que va chercher Fowler dans un match où il arrive plein d'histoires aujourd'hui?
C'est l'expérience. Il gagne l'expérience.
Quel genre de. Y a-t-il des types d'erreurs en particulier qui t'achalent particulièrement?
Oui, des erreurs niaiseuses. Les autres, ils m'achalent beaucoup.
C'est pour toi une erreur niaiseuse, c'est quoi?
Si tu regardes la game, tu peux les voir.
Vous étiez là pour aller chercher le point boni, mais tu sembles penser que tu as perdu un point ici ce soir, Martin.
Oui, c'est sûr. C'est sûr. La game, si notre niveau de maturité est plus élevé, cette game-là, elle devrait être finie à la moitié de la game.
Les gars parlaient des buts rapprochés que vous accordez. Qu'est-ce que tu vois comme. Vois-tu une tendance dans le chiffre qui suit un but accordé par votre équipe?
Non, pas vraiment. Si tu parles du troisième, quatrième but, comme le quatrième but, on a la puck, on échappe la puck. Il y a un petit peu de. Puis là, il score dans l'arrière du net. C'est un petit peu de malchance, je vais donner ça, là, mais. Ça, c'est des circonstances qui arrivent dans un match, là, mais quand on pogne une punition après qu'on mène 3-0, on se fait scorer, puis l'autre chiffre après, mais on n'est pas alerte.
Ça arrive des fois que vous perdez une rencontre, mais que vous avez un avantage de dire on peut se reprendre le lendemain.
Ouais.
C'est le cas. Est-ce que ça c'est quelque chose qui fait en sorte que ça peut changer vite?
Oui, non, je suis content qu'on joue demain, là, puis on va falloir jouer une game très mature.
Demain, justement, as-tu décidé qui t'envoie dans le filet?
Non, pas encore.
You mentioned the word maturity a couple times there. What is it to you that stands out in terms of the immaturity in this effort tonight?
It's just the awareness where we are in the game and the decision of plays and where you go on the ice. This is not one thing. It's just being aware where we are in the game.
What do you want your team to learn from this experience in general? Not just blowing the lead, Marty, but the beginning of the game, just all of it.
The beginning of the game?
I mean, I understand you got a 3-0 lead, but Jacob held you guys in there for the first.
Yeah, but I didn't think we were given much. I know they were possessing in our zone, but and they're especially with their top guys, when they start possessing, they're hard to play against. Yeah, he's gonna have to make a few saves, but I didn't feel like we weren't open. We weren't wide open. Like I felt like we managed that as best as we could. Then we were very opportunistic on some of our chances, and but then you're up 3-0. And to me, it's the awareness and the maturity. Okay, what kind of shift do we want now? And they score a goal. Okay, what what's my job right now?
I'm sure it's a message you're sharing with them, but how much do you want them to be saying that stuff to each other?
Yeah, of course. It starts with it's got to be a group decision. We're trying to steer them, and at the end of the day, it's a group decision.
Marty, do you expect nights like that with this group still, or should it be?
No, I'm not. I know because we're young.
No, should it be? I mean, you had some experience last year. You have more experience this year.
Yeah. No, I think we're at another stage.
Yeah.
I expect way more from this group, and for some reason, we're not getting it consistently. The urgency's up and down, and in this league, like, it's too hard, and especially when you put yourself in a good spot in the first period, you got to keep that urgency level up.